record. And you're good to go.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a lot to talk about today. We're going to talk about pro wrestling scorecards. We're going to talk about how they're going to lose to us, and we are going to have them donate $100 to a charity of our choice. And we are making that choice today on the show. We're also going to be making our pro wrestling scorecards picks for Survivor Series. And Pro Wrestling Illustrated came out with their top 50 tag teams. We're going to talk a little bit about that and more this week on
Breaking Down Woo! You don't know what hard times are, Daddy. The cream will rise to the top, oh yeah. Austin 316 says I just whipped your ass. You just made the list. This right here is a family.
Hey, this is professional wrestler and professional podcaster Colt Boom Boom Cabana.
My name is Killer Cross.
This is The Smoke Show, Scarlett Bordeaux.
What's up, guys? The After Machine, Brian Cage.
This is Ryan from Pro Wrestling Tees.
Sadly, you are not listening to The Art of Wrestling, but you made a decent choice because you're listening.
You are now listening to...
And you're listening
And you're listening to
You listen to Breaking Down the Ring.
Breaking Down the Ring.
Breaking Down the Ring.
Breaking Down the Ring.
Breaking Down the Ring. Bring it down.
Oh, it's true. It's damn true.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are listening, you are watching, you are paying attention to the most inappropriate pro wrestling show in the motherfucking world. You're listening to Breaking Down the Ring. We are your ring crew. But he doesn't
I was muted. I am Smitty.
I am Koenig 19.
I'm just Walt, or as my street name is, Wally Drip Drip.
And me, the TikTok star himself, the almighty one, Mikey himself. Ladies and gents.
No, I thought Kesha was a TikTok star.
No, she started that song, and now I'm blowing up on it, so it's making me money. So I'm really cool.
So would you say it's going down, and is anyone yelling timber?
No. However, someone did ask if I had an OnlyFans on my first ever live, so I think they're yelling Tinder.
Oh, okay.
That's not a joke.
Callback to something from years ago.
Oh, for sure. But that's not a joke. Like literally the third comment I received on my first ever TikTok live was, "Do you guys have an OnlyFans?" Because Holly was with me. So I'm like, what? No, I don't. No one wants to see me naked. Gross.
Do you have an OnlyFans?
Selena Vega does.
You do,
But she does, and that's
cosplay.
why she lost her job. What? No one wants to see me in anything. What, Silent Bob? I'm just gonna walk around as Silent Bob. Pay to see me dress up as this fat guy in an overcoat.
Dudes be like,
Are you looking at asshole while you do it?
No, that's the girl. She licks the assholes. No one wants to see me in an OnlyFans. Although, you know what? I think that's a lie. I'm pretty sure I can get a lot of gay guys on OnlyFans.
Yeah, you make a good
Make
bear.
some money. It's not like I'm working right now.
light bulb.
So look, let's talk about this. We've been talking about how we were going to be announcing a charity for quite a while now. We're Pro Wrestling Scorecards and us. We're doing every pay-per-view for the rest of 2020. We are on to, I believe, our 8th pay-per-view currently, and maybe 9th. No, I'm sorry, maybe 7th. Maybe it's 7th. And okay, what the fuck? Sorry, that was bad. We now have our charity, and our charity is a really good one, and it's a local one here in Michigan. And if there's anything that you guys have known about us as the Ring Crew, we've always tried to do something for charity. We try to give back. It's not just about us. Yes, we're the most inappropriate pro wrestling show. Yes, we're assholes. Yes, we say some ridiculous fucking things. But the bottom line is, anytime we can give back to a community that needs it, we gladly will. You know, we have on breakingdownthering.com, we have our charities. You go Breaking Down the Ring official merch. And then on the Mindless Nexus website, just click charities. And both of those shirts, the Breaking Down the Ring Pride shirt and the For the People shirt, both donate 100% of their profits to charities. It's one of them, the Pride shirt, it goes directly to the Trevor Project. And the For the People shirt donates to the NAACP Legal and Defense Fund, not the NAACP, the Legal and Defense Fund, which is completely nonprofit. And it's all about, one, helping people who people of color, Black and brown people, in legal battles that are stupid, right? They shouldn't be having to deal with. But at the same time, it's about educating people to further understand the true past, not like a whitewashed past, you know, of things, so they can grow, so they can become better, so they can move forward and help not just bring forward all of the problems, all the systematic problems, but have a better education for it, so you can talk to somebody about it rather than just being pissed off and angry about it, because we're all pissed off and angry about it. But to better educate someone else means that they can understand the side that they weren't getting in the first place. So that kind of plays a part into this one that we are choosing right now. It's a local Detroit one. We've already done stuff with Gleaners, the food bank here. We did that a couple years ago, but this is a local one. The Capuchin Kitchen, as I say that right, Smitty?
Yes.
Okay, so the Capuchin Kitchen is a local soup kitchen here in Michigan. I'll read their mission right off to their website. By the way, you can go to their website, cskdetroit.org. Again, that's cskdetroit.org. And their mission is, inspired by the life and spirit of St. Francis of Assisi, we tend to people's basic needs, especially the need for food, strive to stimulate minds and nourish spirits, and work to understand and address root causes of social injustice in our community. In all we do, we seek to build alliances with others who share a commitment to this vision. And honestly, that right there is a mission statement that anyone should be able to get behind, because it's not just taking care of needs now, it's also taking care of needs for the future of the community. And that's amazing. I don't think that anyone can deny the helping people for the long run. You know, if you watch, you know, if you're a Christian, if you're anything and you pay attention to the Bible, you know, there was that old proverb of, you know, give a man a fish, you'll feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish, and you'll feed him for a lifetime. And that's just it. You know, that's what this is. You know, it's not just feeding people now, but it's also about educating people for the future and everything. And Smitty is actually very familiar with this place. He used to volunteer there. Smitty, talk about your experiences.
So pretty much with my grandmother's church and to get my high school community service hours, I did work at the soup kitchen. They get people from the community, usually give out blankets and serve food to the homeless. That's what I was doing when I was there. But I do other kind of things too. Apparently they have like programs to that actually help people that don't know how to read, apparently, from what I understand. But they do a lot of stuff for the community and specifically for the homeless.
Okay.
So
That's awesome.
When you were there, I mean, how much time were you able to give to them and stuff like that? And what were things that you found rewarding?
So when I was there with the church, I found it a little bit more rewarding when I was there with the church and when I was there for high school doing my community service hours. If like the things I found rewarding is actually just helping people I've considered myself to be blessed and fortunate in life. I may not have what I want or everything I want, but I always have everything that I need. And
Good way to look at it.
So what I find rewarding about it is going out and doing something to help somebody else that has less than I do.
Right. That's great, man. I've given some time to things myself. You know, I'll be very honest. I've done a lot of research for some of this stuff, and I just never really made a pick, you know. And then so when we were coming on, talked to the obviously we run this through Podcast Detroit, so I talked to one of the owners of Podcast Detroit. I was like, man, what do you think? You know, because my first thought is he's done stuff. Podcast Detroit, one of the great things about being on this network is Podcast Detroit does a whole fuck ton of things for the community, for charity, always. It's awesome. So I asked him, and he's the one that mentioned this to me. And so in talking about it pre-show, that's when Smitty said that he had actually volunteered there. And so there, it just kind of, I guess that kind of just worked itself out rather than landing on something. You know, talk to someone, get a name, and then find out that one of our own hosts has a history with them. Sometimes things just fall into a fate thing, you know, and this is one of them. Nick, had you, when I had mentioned the name, you had asked if it was pronounced so obviously you've heard about this as well. Sorry, I got to clear my throat, so talk for a couple seconds.
Yeah, they were. They did a little story on the soup kitchen on, I think it was Fox 2 Detroit a couple weeks ago, and I couldn't remember if it was pronounced capuchin or capuchin, or I think I got it confused with a capuchin monkey. But yeah, it looks like they're doing a lot of really good things, and you know, especially when you can do more than just, you know, not to take away from any organization that just does one thing, but based on what Smitty's saying, they're doing a lot from, you know, providing the homeless with a bite to eat and opportunities to, you know, learn to read if they haven't, or whatever the case may be. So to provide that service for a lot of people is awesome. I think it was a good choice.
All right. That's all we want to do. We'll definitely so again, if you want to check them out, cksdetroit.org, the Capuchin Soup Kitchen, CSKDetroit.org, CSKDetroit.org, Capuchin Soup Kitchen. Make sure you guys go check that out. Smitty, I asked you to send me something and you never did.
I'm trying to find it on my book right now.
On your book?
My net book. So I was gonna send it to myself, then I was gonna email, then I was gonna send it in a group chat. So right now, everything I keep finding right now is still back to the top 10. I got to get back onto the Twitter.
That's fine. You send me the top 10 right now. We can at least talk about that as we're going.
All right.
So Pro Wrestling Illustrated has. Go ahead.
So I said I sent the top 10 inside the chat actually.
Oh, okay. So I'm gonna go search for something now while we're live on the show.
Yeah, I'll do it. Fuck it.
Pro Wrestling Illustrated put out its top 50 tag teams, and in their top 50 tag teams, there's some controversy. There's some wonderment. There's it's PWI. If there's anything that's PWI brings, it's a discussion about what the fuck are you thinking, right? Because there are some times where they're putting people over, and I just feel like sometimes PWI is like Meltzer's bitch, right? Because there's been years that like Kenny Omega was the number one. The year that Kenny Omega was number one, it was like Kenny Omega had like one good fucking match this year. Like in New Japan, they don't, you know, they're not fighting that much, but like there was WWE guys that were running shit, putting on good matches and doing it more often. So it just gets weird to me that that's what they do. So PWI put out their list of the top 50 tag teams. Smitty, you sent the no, never mind, you didn't. The criteria is momentum, wins and losses, chemistry.
I thought I sent it.
Activity. No, you sent it.
Okay.
I said I was about to say you didn't. You sent the top 5 twice rather than 5, 6 through 10, but you didn't. Momentum, wins and losses, chemistry, activity, and it factor. It factor. It factor. That's a actual criteria to be on this list. Is it factor? Okay, you know how everyone here's watched Moneyball, right?
Yes, I own it.
All right. So yeah, you should. It's fucking amazing. In Moneyball, there was a time where Brad Pitt, Billy Bean was looking at these guys and they're talking about what they were saying, and they were going, yeah, man, they just his look. He's got a great face. He looks really good. What the fuck does that have to do with baseball? What does it fucking matter if you look good? Matter of fact,
There's no crying in baseball.
I think if you're ugly, it would make you play better.
Marla
You know?
Hooch.
Marla Hooch was amazing, 100%. Fucking Vlad Guerrero. That is not a pretty dude, right? But
That's an
man,
ugly
he would swing.
motherfucker, huh?
He would swing at anything that was over or around the plate that wasn't hitting him. And that dude was knocking him out of the park. That dude was amazing. He did not have a good face. What the fuck does it factor matter if in this at all? Wow. Well, I just realized we have the same shirts. That's fine.
Oh, we do.
We're just
Of
the
course
same
we do.
people. Yeah,
You're
that
an
doesn't
adorable
make-
couple.
I'm trying to sort this lighting out down in my basement right now, and I can't find a good spot without blur.
You just all you got to do is get the light off your ceiling out of it, and we'll be able to see you.
I'm trying
Yeah,
to
just
do.
take that down.
Yeah, just
Take the
turn it
light
off.
down.
Take it down.
This is fine. So yeah, momentum, wins and losses, chemistry, activity, it factor. Evaluation period was from October 1st, 2019 to September 30th, 2020. The top 5. The number 1 tag team is FTR, or the Revival as they were known in WWE. Okay, look, I'm going to do. They were released in WWE and then had a 90-day non-compete clause. They couldn't do anything, right? Or was this one of the teams that got out and did not have to worry about that?
No, they had the 90-day non-compete clause, but they were very active on social media.
Okay, I don't care about what they did on social media because for 3 months during this process, they didn't compete. Hell, they were barely on Raw when they were there. They were barely on SmackDown when that end of it. Like they tried to do something with Randy Orton, didn't really happen. So they come into AEW, they win the tag team championships in October, or when was it? No, September?
They won in September. What was not? What was the last pay-per-view?
Full-
Double or Nothing. Well, not,
full-
was the last pay-per-view.
Full Gear.
Before Full Gear. No, before
Full Gear was the one that. Yeah,
that's when they won. They just passed.
All out.
They won all out.
Out.
Yep, September 5th, they won the AEW Tag Team Championship. September 5th. 25 days before this ended. Explain to me how they're number 1, somebody, please.
I know they've been hella active since they've been at AEW because they did a lot of shit on Dark before they even threw them in on the titles on them.
Yeah.
So I don't.
If you took everything they've done in AEW so far and multiplied it by an entire year, then I could agree with that.
Right.
They've done good in AEW, but I don't think they deserve to be at number 1.
That's what I'm saying. How are they number 1? I'm not saying they don't even deserve to be in the top 10. I'm saying why?
I think some of it's a popularity factor.
No, that's not in here. That's not in their criteria. It doesn't.
I know. Wait, look. That's what I'm saying, Mike. I'm agreeing with you. It's like if popularity became a part of the criteria, I could agree with them being at number 1. But I really don't agree with them being at number 1. There's actually a team in this top 5 that I think should be at number 1 if you talk about the straight criteria.
Yeah, I'm not going to argue that either. I will say that's a great fucking background, Walt.
Yeah.
Get swifted.
So they made their debut in AEW on May 27th, 2020. Their first match was June 10th, 2 weeks after the debut. Right? So June to September. Now, granted, I'm not saying they haven't been doing stuff in AEW. I'm saying they didn't win a tag title until September after their first match in June. And that's, if I'm not mistaken, 3 months. 3 months. 6 to 9. There we go. So you got it all. They left WWE on April 10th. So they did not have the 90-day compete clause. Because on April 10th, you couldn't have shown up until July something. So, okay, I'm retracting that a little bit. They had their tag champion. They were tag team champions until January 31st, 2020. They held that was the SmackDown tag team champions. They were the Raw tag team champions.
I know they were transition champions like twice.
Mm-hmm.
They were transition champions twice, once on Raw, once on SmackDown. And then when they let go, maybe the It factor is the fact that they won 3 tag titles within the that time period.
No, the It factor is they're not in WWE, and so you get like bonus points just for not being in WWE.
But if that was the case, then the number 4 team would be number 1.
100%.
Who's the number 4 team?
That the number 4 team is the North, the Mexican North.
North of what? No one ever answered my question.
It was a stupid question. It wasn't dignified shouldn't be dignified with an answer, a proper answer.
No, it was so they're Canadian. They're
Canadian. How do you ever put the Canadian?
So they just took the Toronto Raptors thing.
Yes.
And use it for their tag team. That's original.
Nothing in wrestling is original.
Everything in wrestling is original.
Yeah, in the 60s. You're right. Fuck yeah, it was way back then. So okay, the Revival had a couple tag title runs here. Okay, maybe we're nitpicking with this. All right, but still having time off, getting fired, not having a title since what was it? The SmackDown tag, they lost it in January. Yeah. January 31st, 2020, they lost their tag titles. They didn't have a tag. They weren't tag team champions until September. So January to September, that's 8 months. 8 months of this, they're not. Now, look, I'm telling you, I'm about to bitch about number 2 as well. Okay.
Oh, I bitched about number 2 when I read this.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not just giving shit to the Revival because they're in AEW. I just, according to the criteria, this doesn't make sense for them to be number 1. Maybe top 5. Going over this, maybe top 5. Okay.
Not number 2. They should be in the top 10, but not the top 5.
When you look at activity too, one of those pieces of criteria. What activity? You had a good chunk of time, nearly a quarter of the year, where you weren't doing shit, and then a good chunk of time in the first part of the year in late 2019, where you weren't really doing anything that fucking exciting.
Great.
Because I'm looking at I have the full top 50 sitting right here in front of me right now.
Good job. You want to send that to somebody?
I had to write it down because I just kind of picked it.
Just take a photo of it, bro.
I wrote in cursive. Okay.
Oh no. Okay, never mind. Don't just keep reading. Okay, so number 2. Actually, I'm sorry. Number 2 is not the team that I had the bitch fest with. It's actually number 3 team. Number 2 is Kenny Omega and Adam Page. Look, man, they held those titles for a very long time. The AEW tag team titles they held for 228 days. All right. They won them January 21st, 2020. Okay. They held these championships and had great matches all throughout AEW, including in some of the combined matches that they had, like the Elite versus the Inner Circle. You know, it was wonderful. Right. Kenny Omega, I believe, got the pinfall on that one too, right?
Was it Kenny? I know Sammy Guevara took it, so
I know Guevara took it.
Yeah, I think you're right.
He did the one-wing angel. He did the one-wing angel off the thing, and then got the pin. So again, I'm okay with number 2. I honestly think it makes sense for Omega and Adam Page to be up there, constantly wrestling, even through all of the pandemic. And I get that the pandemic changes a lot here. I really do. But again, they won the belts January 21st, 2020. They held them until September 5th, 2020. They held a single belt and were dominant through 8 months of this 12-month criteria. So 66% of the time, they held gold.
They're
right?
probably the second most dominant team in the top 10.
Definitely. I'll agree with that. Number 3 blows my fucking mind. As a matter of fact, I don't understand number 3 even being in the top 10. Because it was quick. It was, they had a fucking hiccup.
I can understand why, because they carry probably one of the most longest running storylines within the WWE. As a team.
Doesn't fucking matter. Okay. Golden role model: Sasha Banks, Bailey. Number 3. They won the belts May 26, 2020. Okay. They lost the belts August 30th, 2020. Right. They 96-day reign. Smitty, go ahead. You want to try and defend this a little bit?
Like you say, they've been together longer than the damn title reign. They've carried on one of the longest, probably most interesting stories within the WWE for the last year. So that's the only reason I can think of why you would put them on here. It's not just the title reign, just what the title reigns are a part of the criteria. They've been probably one of the most active teams throughout the year.
On October 6, 2019, 5 days into the beginning of this criteria, the Kabuki Warriors of Asuka and Kairi Sane won the women's tag team titles, right? They lost them 180 days later at WrestleMania 36. They had double the reign that the Golden Role Models had.
They also, don't forget, the Golden Role Models were the first first or second 2-time.
Second, because Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross were the first.
Okay, so they were the second 2-time winners, and the fact that they've both been women's champions at one point.
Again, if it still doesn't matter, because then Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross held the belts at WrestleMania, and they held it for 62 days, which is just under what the Golden Role Models did. And Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross were, shut up. Oh, motherfucker. I have an Alexa in my goddamn fucking house. Now I got to turn it off. Alexa, stop.
And Bliss and Cross.
Bliss and Cross, I can't say her fucking first name. Bliss and Cross held the belts for 30 days less than them, were featured all over WWE programming. As a matter of fact, Moment of Bliss is on every fucking week, no matter what. Granted, I'm not saying that Banks and Bailey aren't, because they are. But again, you're talking a 30-day difference in a title reign, because both of them won their second title reign. Both of them are every week on television.
Going across all 3 shows at that point, too.
Yeah. I can't fathom Banks and Bailey being in the top 5. I can't. I really can't. Because there's other...
Bliss and Cross fell to 22.
Well, my biggest issue with the Bailey, with the Golden Role Models is, even when they were the tag champions, the tag titles weren't the focal point of the team. It was about the individual titles. So, yeah, like as much as I like both of them, I don't think they should be that high.
Right. And that's all we're saying. Like, look, it's documented well that I rip on AEW as much as I can. The top 2 teams on this list are AEW teams. Number 2, I'm okay with. It makes sense. They were dominant. Again, it was about the tag team. But that number 1 team should not be at number 1. Number 3 is a fucking WWE team. And I'm saying they shouldn't be in the top fucking 10. Period. At all. Especially when the Kabuki Warriors, who had double the title reign, were featured all over the place as well, are falling to number 9. It's ridiculous. Number 4 is a team that I honestly feel probably should be number 1. Smitty, you're raising your
with you.
hand.
No, because I agree with you. I agree 100%.
I think the North is, granted, I get the Impact is the redheaded stepchild of pro wrestling right now, which blows my mind because of how good Impact is. The North held the titles for over a year. Over a year. They lost it at Slammiversary to the Motor City Machine Guns.
No, the week after.
The week after, because they the Motor City Machine Guns. Yes, you're correct. I'm sorry. So the week after Slammiversary, the North lost the tag team titles, the Impact World Tag titles, to Motor City Machine Guns. Over 365 days that they hold this. Of course, that's the only one I don't have pulled up. Impact tag titles.
And they also
Go ahead,
won them back at Bound for. They also won them back at Bound for Glory right before the criteria ended.
Yeah, there you go. So the Impact World Tag Team Champions. I'll go.
And they will have what 370 something days, I believe it was, or 380.
Why is this? In a second, I'll look at it.
But yeah, the North has been one of the most dominant tag teams in all of professional wrestling, and they wrestled through the pandemic. Even though they pretty much did little goofy squash matches throughout Canada during most of it. When they got back to doing tapings, they were still like, these guys are really good. I believe they are what FTR could possibly be. If FTR could be consistent with someplace, if they were consistently booked correctly. And like I said, right now, I think FTR versus the North would be if there was bipartisan wrestling, FTR versus the North would be probably one of the best matches there. I think we could be treated to. It'd be like an old school kind of hard hitting, like Smash Mouth type brain busters versus Heart Foundation type deal.
Right. The North won the belts July 5th, 2019, obviously well before the criteria started of October 1st, 2019. But they lost it July 19th, 2020, which is 9 months into this. I'm sorry, 10 months into this whole criteria. All right. They won it back October 24th. It was not in this time period. But again, consistently featured, main tag team, constant great work rate. Ethan Page is spectacular on social media as well, if we're going to bring that into the thing. And again, chemistry. Come on, man. These guys are fucking great. They are spectacular to watch in the ring. Their chemistry is
fun
right
to watch
up there.
too.
I guess we're taking it away from them for it factor.
What do you mean?
Because they don't have the good looking face.
Because they're not in WWE or AEW.
But that's an it factor. Let's be very honest. That is an it factor. The Impact is like I said, redheaded stepchild of professional wrestling. If you're an Impact, you're automatically given a lesser grade than anyone in WWE, anyone in AEW. Period. That's just how it is.
Say that to niggas.
Well, no, that's because, and I'm speaking as a general wrestling fan. Impact is not I can't watch Impact anywhere. It's not readily available on every streaming.
Yeah, you can.
It's not. I have YouTube TV. That's what I watch. I can't get it. I don't get Impact on YouTube TV.
It's on Twitch.
That's what it's not available then.
Yes, it is.
On Twitch?
No, I don't have a Twitch. I'm not getting a Twitch.
You don't have to get a Twitch. You can just go to the website, twitch.tv.
I'm not downloading anything. No, I don't want to.
It's not. You don't have to download
it. I don't care. If it's not on my TV for me to DVR when I watch TV, I'm not going out of my way to watch it. And I'm guarantee you, I'm not the only person that feels that way.
Well, I get what he's saying because it's like not like readily available, like in a snap of a finger. You know, he didn't know it was on Twitch, and 8 out of 10 people probably don't know it's on Twitch, and another 5 of those don't even know what the fuck Twitch is. So like,
I just found out what Twitch was last week.
You know,
he's not lying about that.
You old fogey.
I understand that, but I guess my point is, when something's talked about enough, right? When you're hearing consistently, people go, "Wow, this is better than anything." Like if you have all these complaints, right, which a lot of wrestling fans do right now, whether they're the casual fan or the hardcore fan, there isn't a single person watching wrestling that is completely happy with wrestling. It's not always fun to watch. It is sometimes a goddamn chore. But when you're constantly hearing that there is a company out there that is putting forth an effort that is consistently not a chore to watch, I don't know. That's kind of why I like fell back into it and I went and looked at it, you know, because you're just hearing how good it is and you're like, all right, whatever, you know. And then it just pisses you off even more, all the bullshit that you got to watch when you watch Impact, because it's like, man, this is really good. Why can't this company do that? Why can't that company do that?
They have the same 2 hours that Smack. Well, it's not on the same day, but you got to mean like we have the same allotted time frame as a SmackDown or NXT. And
what blows my mind is like WWE marks that really only watch that. They're like, oh yeah, WWE is really good and whatever. If you think that's good, but you won't watch Impact if it's available and you can just simply fucking watch it, what are you doing with your life?
Not to mention that a handful of WWE stars came from Impact at this point.
I don't think a lot of people realize that, especially the people that are new into WWE. I don't think they have any fucking clue.
You knew who AJ Styles was before he came to WWE. 9 times out of 10, if you were wrestling.
Yeah, but that's I know honestly that is 100% an exception to the rule, because I fully agree with that. There's some people like, okay, Samoa Joe.
That's the next one
right?
I'm gonna bring up. But
the fucking casual wrestling fan didn't know who the fuck Samoa Joe was, right? He made it big in ROH. The reason he had partial piece of a name was because of the stuff that he had going on with Kurt Angle in Impact, right? But overshadowed by the popularity of Kurt Angle. So they're like, oh, who did Kurt Angle wrestle with in this submission match that was really good? Then they got to go look him up. So him just showing up on WWE is okay. A lot of people will recognize him, but not the casual wrestling fan. AJ Styles hit casual wrestling fans. You knew who AJ Styles was as a casual wrestling fan. The minute the name was brought up, you knew. Samoa Joe is different because you had to go, who? Oh, yeah, okay. You know, it took you a second. AJ, I know who the fuck that is. You know, majority of TNA Impact stars were based off of previous wrestling history in the business. You know, the Dudley Boys, you know, they were in there. They were big. Hardy Boys, they were big. They were in there. You know, Kurt Angle, when he went there, he was big. He was in there. AJ Styles, I believe,
he's an original.
Is the only one that is just immediately recognizable that's TNA homegrown. There are other ones that are recognizable after you give it a minute, but AJ Styles is the name. He is the guy. He is Shawn Michaels 2.0. With the highest popularity of Shawn Michaels, that's what AJ Styles was on the independent scene without WWE. I don't even know if Michaels would have been that good outside of WWE. Because a lot of Michael's career is brought up by him fighting and being a piece of shit little bitch behind the scenes. Let's be very honest here. It doesn't change how good he was in the ring. It doesn't change how good he is on the mic. I'm not taking away any of his skills. But if he didn't have the clout that he had in WWE with another company, is he the guy that you put over? Or is he the guy that you think might be okay and we'll see, but we're going to keep pushing the other guys? You know, AJ Styles didn't have that fucking mentality. AJ Styles went in and fucking made a name for himself and became the biggest thing in wrestling outside of WWE.
Second biggest thing in wrestling. Oh, outside of WWE. Okay.
I mean, Street Profits are number.
Real quick, just add to that point of Impact. You look at a guy like EC3 who was super over in Impact, the champion and everything, and he goes to WWE. No one knew who the fuck he was. You know, and I think that was one of the biggest. Like, he wasn't NXT long enough to build anything on his own. They brought him up to the main roster. He had that match against Dean Ambrose when he beat Dean Ambrose, and it should have been a big deal. But you know, he pinned Dean Ambrose in the middle of the ring, and it was fucking crickets. It was crazy. Everybody's like, "Who the fuck?" Like, you know, Barry Horowitz got a bigger reaction when he beat Skip than EC3 got when he pinned a former world heavyweight champion and the fifth most over member of the Shield.
Yep, 100%.
No reaction out of you, Smitty, for that.
Oh no, I've learned to tune you out when you go on certain tirades.
But it's also not wrong.
Yeah. You're no fun, Smitty. You should be fun. You should be fun. What happened to you?
I stopped drinking. I stopped drinking early in the morning.
Man, you're boring. If this is how you're gonna fucking be, I'm not coming on the show anymore.
I'm gonna get him some whiskey.
Yeah, give him the liquor.
Fucking boring.
All right.
I'll send you some Jameson.
You asked for it. I'll be right back.
Oh shit!
All right. Number 5, the Street Profits. If we're talking about the amount of momentum, wins and losses, chemistry, activity, the fucking Street Profits barely lose ever in anything that they. It's rare when they get pinned, right? And it takes, even in non-title matches, they're usually the ones not being pinned. March 2nd, 2020, they got the Raw Tag Team Championships. Sorry,
which they never lost.
They turned it over to the New Day October 12th, 2020. Their reign was 224 days. Okay, March. There he just took a huge fucking swing.
Oh boy! All
Look.
March to October 1st. So March 2nd to October 1st is in this criteria, right? Another 7 months right there?
Yeah.
As tag team champions, barely losing. Chemistry, activity, it factor. Why aren't Street Profits higher? I could see Street Profits being at number 3. Because again, I think North should be number 1. I think they were much more dominant, much more over the place. I'm okay with Page and Omega at number 2. Street Profits should be number 3. Easily.
Totally agree. I totally agree.
Them on a New Day. Because consistency.
Yeah, but not as dominant, man.
Well, dominance was not a criteria, was it?
Well, wins and losses. So yeah, dominance is a criteria, right?
Personally, I think Street Profits. I mean, if I'm ever a mark for a tag team right now, I think it's the Street Profits. And you want to talk about it factor? I mean, it is plain as fucking day that they have the it factor, especially Montez Ford. He is fucking electric, not just on the mic, not just walking down the ramp with, as a tag team, but his athleticism just top to bottom. And his teammate feeds off of that. Like, they feed off each other so well. Their in-ring chemistry, there's no reason they shouldn't be number 3.
Now, I will also say, Smitty, as you're talking about the New Day's dominance, the New Day do have 3 tag title reigns inside this 1-year criteria, right? But again, it's 3. That means you had to lose 2 times as well, lose your belts 2 times. So I'm not saying they don't deserve to be up there. I'm saying that's why Street Profits are above them, because they both had about the same amount of days in title reigns. New Day's first one came November 8th, 2019 as the SmackDown title, SmackDown champions. They held that for 111 days. Then their next one was at the April 17th edition of SmackDown. They held those for 93 days. All right. So already right there, you're at 204 days. And then 3 days, they only had 2 title reigns in this because that came October 9th. So 2 title reigns, a little over 200 days. Street Profits, 1 title reign over 200 days. Still haven't lost it from when they won. That would go into the wins and losses factor. That's why Street Profits should be up there in the top 3 for sure. I feel like this list is just stupid. Like, the more you read it, the more you get angry about it, right? Number 6, Gorillas of Destiny, God, New Japan. Are they even a title holder right now?
They're not a title holder, but they just recently lost the titles like maybe 2-3 months ago.
So they throughout this year they did hold.
Yeah, they have. They were IWGP, or I think they were IWGP Tag Champions, either once or twice. But the pandemic has kind of slowed New Japan down too, so because they weren't even operating for a minute.
But like, yeah, 100. I fully agree with that. All right, so they're tag team champions. Let's go to it right here at the bottom. Guerrillas of Destiny won it for 20 days. They held it for 20 days, February 1st, 2020, and they dropped it to Golden Ace February 21st, 2020.
Golden Aces, and that's Kota Ibushi and Tanahashi.
Yeah, but again, wow. Number 6, and you had a 20-day title reign.
They are members
How
of
are you
Bullet
number
Club,
6?
So.
I don't care. That's not dominance. That's not wins and losses.
That is it factor.
Okay. I want to.
This list is made for marks. That's all it is. It's just Mark making up shit like that.
But even like marks are going, huh?
Yeah, because like I say, there's a lot of teams on here that are way lower. I think should be higher. Like I don't think that Roppongi 3K should be in the top 10. Like I say, there are teams that are like, let's see. I think like Jonathan Gresham and Jay Lethal should be higher on this list. They're the current Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions, and then Jonathan Gresham just won the newly reinstated Pure title in ROH. And those guys have been on one hell of a tear. Let's see. I think the only reason Iconics made 50 is because like I think the Iconics should have been higher because they've just been around because how long they've been around and how consistent they've been, even though they pretty much lose all the time. See,
I'm going through.
Undisputed Era should be higher too.
Where were they?
Undisputed Era came to 13.
What about Imperium?
Imperium came to 41.
Hmm.
That's once again that one of the factors I think that fell under that was the fact that the pandemic, WWE NXT UK was not operating at all for a while. Let's say a team I'm a big fan of, the Rascals, came at 18. They just fought their last. They apparently have signed deals with NXT, and they did their last match for Impact on Tuesday. Let's say Bliss and Cross fell at 22. Best Friends out at 25, even though they've had some really good matches. The Good Brothers fell at 33. The Viking Raiders 35.
So yeah, but they were out of it. They actually had the 90 days off, and they just won. They weren't title holders in WWE. So in the criteria, 40 matches Guerrillas of Destiny had. Guess how many they lost?
10.
I will say it's less than half. I'll give you that.
10.
17.
Smitty says 10. Nick, you said what?
17.
Nick, you're closer. It was 15. 15 out of 40 matches you lost. You lost more than 25% of the matches that you were in, but yet you're considered a number 16. 20-day title reign, 15 losses in 40 matches. 40 matches in a fucking year.
Yeah, they need to just say popularity as part of the criteria for this instead of it factor.
There you go. I don't think I even want to go any further into this fucking thing.
Because number 7 is the Lucha Bros.
The Lucha Bros. I love them.
Mm-hmm.
Not top 5.
Lucha Bros.
Not
they haven't won a title.
10.
Oh wait, no, that's Lucha House Party. Never mind.
The Lucha
Neither
Bros.
is the Lucha Bros.
The Lucha Bros I think they're the current AAA champions right now, if I remember
You're
correctly.
just making up shit. That's not a thing.
AAA is a promotion in Mexico.
Which would
Iowa,
that would be over a year for those titles because they won those at All Out in 2019.
Maybe they defended them.
They
Did
defended
they defend them?
Yeah.
I think they defended them.
Okay,
They're
so
the
then
favorite.
it's been well over a year.
Yeah. New Day number 8. Okay. Kabuki Warriors number 9 and Roppongi 3K round out your top 10. What a fucking stupid list.
The Bucks came at 11.
Who's number 10?
Roppongi 3K. That's a New Japan thing.
That's not a name. That's not a real name. You're ribbing me with these names.
Nope.
Shut
totally
up, you
real
old
thing.
fogey.
Well, are they the GFBFW Light Junior Championships of Tallahassee Tag Champions then?
Not that I know of.
Show and Yo, they're managed by Rocky Romero, who's a good friend of the
Smitty gets
Bucks.
to make up titles. I do too.
You said what?
The Smitty gets to make up titles and names and shit. I do too.
Smitty's title is not made up. It is definitely the wrongest of BDR. Champion.
And give me a belt.
Get your own fucking belt.
They're managed by Rocky Romero.
Oh, I don't want that. Sorry. All right.
What
Gotta have it up.
happened to the old BDR title? You should break that up and put tape over it and give it to Smitty, like the old hardcore
Right.
title.
He's already fucked in it. I don't even know. That's why it's still sitting on my porch. It's on my porch on a fucking chair because I don't want to touch it. I don't want it in my house. It's
Did
disgusting.
you at least clean it, dude?
I did.
Not until he won it back like the third time after being mocked enough about it.
Actually,
Gross.
I did clean it the
Gross,
first time.
bro.
I did clean it the first time.
So you haven't cleaned it since the first time?
I only fucked in it once.
Yeah. He did.
Oh, I touched that title. Oh.
Idiot. All right, look, man, let's make some picks. Let's talk some picks. Why can't I get to it? Events. View things. There we go. Edit predictions. I got Z's picks. He's not here, but I got his fucking picks on my phone. My iPhone Pro Max 12.
Who gives a shit?
Look here, just because you can't keep a fucking phone on you. Mister, I lose my fucking phone all the goddamn time.
I always lose them. Most of the time I break them.
Yeah, whatever. Survivor Series is tonight. Tonight. We're gonna make our picks. Sunday. Kids seats just $5. Actually free because you can get in the Thunderdome. No, they're sold out. Survivor Series tonight. You really?
Mm-hmm.
Are you
Call
gonna
time 7:45.
I dare you to fucking hit that thing at like 6.
Why not?
Yeah, why wait till 7:45? The show's already 45 minutes in. You should hit that thing at like 5:30. See if it lets you in. You should hit that thing right as you get off this fucking show.
I'm gonna hit it now.
Just do it now. Fuck it. Do it while you're on the show.
Yep.
Do it.
Can you do it while you're on the show?
Make
Could
your
be the
dreams
only
come
one on
true.
this board.
Right, you'd be like Survivor Series, baby. I wonder
Have
if
that
it's Zoom.
Have that background on there.
I wonder. It's like, okay, so like I've been accepted to SmackDown twice, and I'm just like, I don't want to watch SmackDown, so I don't do it. Like I take somebody's spot, and I'm like, fuck you, and then I just don't watch. I wonder if it's like a Zoom thing, if you have to be on Zoom, or if it's just. I wonder.
I've tried clicking on it at my call time and even a minute before, and every time I've done it, it says, sorry, it's full. Try again next time.
Yeah, you should totally do it right after we get off the show today.
Yeah.
See if you can get it. That'd be sweet. Then you wouldn't even have to get into our video chat for it. All right, Survivor Series tonight. Gonna have some fun. Raw versus SmackDown. Definitely gonna be worse than last year's Survivor Series because let's be fucking honest. NXT made that shit fun in 2019. Now 2020, and the only thing you got from NXT are the call-ups from NXT on certain teams. There's 7 total matches. 6 on the main card is what we're going through. So we got the United States, the champion versus champion matches, the mid cards, U.S. title versus IC title. Tag team champion, SmackDown versus Raw. Then you have the women's champion, Raw versus SmackDown. The Universal champions taking on the WWE champion. Then, of course, the two traditional Survivor Series matches, men's and women's, Team Raw versus Team SmackDown. Again, way more fun last year with NXT when you had 15 fucking people on that thing. But we're going to start off with the United States versus Intercontinental title matches. I'll read Z's off, and then Nick, then Smitty, then Walt, then me, because I am the champion. Fuck you guys. I rule.
Not for long.
I've not had sex in that belt. You're welcome.
Yet.
No, not doing it. Cuts the leg a little bit. Much heavier than the other one. I only like one heavy thing around my waist when I'm having sex. That's her strap on. All right. Of course, Z sends these in the worst fucking order.
Why didn't he just screenshot it like you told him?
The son of a bitch is listening to the fucking show, and he just texted me. He did, yeah. And he goes, if there's 7 matches, I'm picking SmackDown to win. Motherfucker, then send me new screenshots. Okay. First match, United States versus Intercontinental Championship. He has Bobby Lashley going over by submission. First to get a near fall, Bobby Lashley. Outside interference, yes. Match over 10 minutes, no. Nick.
Same thing. Bobby Lashley by submission. Bobby Lashley would get a first to get a near fall. Yes to interference, and no to over 10 minutes.
All right.
I have the
Smitty.
exact same thing. Think the Hurt Business will get involved, so have Bobby Lashley winning by submission. First to get a near fall is Bobby Lashley. Yes to outside interference, and no to over 10 minutes.
Drink. Did you say
Sammy's gonna be fodder to the Hurt Business. There we go.
Yeah. Walt, what you got?
Clean sweep, the exact same thing everybody else has, like verbatim.
You got to say it.
Do I
Man.
need to say it? Oh.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm cleaning my basement.
You're learning.
Multitasking here. So I got
Does
Bobby
Walt know the
Lashley.
fodder game?
Can I talk, Smitty? Okay. Bobby Lashley by submission. First to get a near fall. Bobby Lashley. Yes to interference. No to over 10 minutes.
All right. Guys, I have to be very honest here. I did not go with the exact same thing you guys went with. I went with Bobby Lashley winning by submission, with Bobby Lashley getting the first near fall. Yes, there will be outside interference, and no, the match will not be over 10 minutes. So I went in a completely different direction than all of you guys. I'm sorry.
Good for you. Good for you.
So listen, everyone. Does Walt know about the fodder game?
I don't know.
So what game?
We'll tell him. Fodder. Anytime we say the word fodder, you have to take a drink.
And now we're at 3.
No, explaining the game doesn't mean that he has to.
Yeah, that doesn't count. That doesn't count. But okay.
Yeah.
That's not a word that's in my regular vocabulary, but we'll work on it.
Also, wasn't a word in our regular vocabulary, and that's why it became the drinking game. We don't make drinking games like Walt does, where he's like, all right, take a drink every time Donald Trump interrupts somebody. No, I can't do that because I would die. I would die. A 5-minute press conference would still kill me if I took a drink every time Donald Trump interrupted somebody. But those are Walt's type of drinking games. That's what his drinking games are. His drinking games are designed to make you die, not get drunk, die.
Well, okay, in my defense, I just say it as a joke. I don't want anyone to actually go out and do it. But we did play the Dead Wrestler Royal Rumble drinking game though.
We did.
I played that one too.
That was fun.
2001.
With any of them before. I mean, hell, 2005 and earlier. There's somebody dead in them.
Yep.
Up next is the tag team champion versus tag team champion match. The Street Profits taking on the New Day. Nick, you're going to lead this one off, then Smitty, then Walt, then Z, then me.
I've got the Street Profits going over by pinfall. Montez Ford making the pin. Xavier is going to take the fall. 9 aerial moves, and 8 legal tags.
Okay, Smitty.
I pretty much have the same thing, but I got Kofi taking the fall.
So do
I
your
have
whole
the
picks.
Street Profits. Listen, I have the Street Profits winning by pinfall. Montez Ford, Payne, and Kofi Kingston. 5 aerial. Well, let's say aerials. 5 aerial moves and 8 legal tags.
All right. Well,
So I have clearly Nick has been looking at my shit and I don't appreciate it, but it's okay. It's okay. Street Profits.
Smitty
by
says you got a
10.
great book.
Nick, bro,
Montez
what?
Ford makes the fall. Xavier Woods takes the fall. I got actually 7 aerial moves and 10 legal tags.
All right. Z has, I swear to God, this is true. Street Profits by pinfall. Montez Ford pinning Kofi Kingston. 7 aerial moves and 24 legal tags.
Jesus.
That's what we have.
24.
I have the Street Profits also winning by pinfall. Montez Ford pinning Xavier Woods, 9 aerial moves and 9 legal tags.
Part of me wants to switch my pick on this one because I got to feel that Big E, like even though it's brand supremacy, part of me feel like Big E may get involved and cost the Street Profits the match. Because I don't know, like in the back of my mind, it's just like something that's floating around there.
You have
Or he
things
could
floating
cause a
around in
New
your
Day to
mind?
match and turn heel.
Oh no, Big
I mean,
E's
but
gonna be.
would it really be a heel turn because it is Survivor Series rules and it's about brand supremacy?
Well, if you want to turn him heel, you have him turn on this. You have him cost the Street Profits. That'll make him an automatic heel on Raw.
Well, he's not on Raw.
So. I mean, on SmackDown. SmackDown. That'll make an automatic heel on SmackDown.
I mean, yeah.
But then you don't get him in any type of thing.
I mean, but what's the payoff for that though? If he costs us Street Profits the match, what's the payoff? He's not in the tag team with anybody.
Yeah, no. Exactly. See?
But this is also WWE we're talking about. They would do something like that. You know it.
WWE themselves.
They do a lot of things that make no sense. Huh?
That's true. It is WWE. All right. Next match. The women versus. Go ahead. What? I didn't get a new drink. So much fodder.
Yay.
Smitty, that bottle's halfway gone, bro.
No, it's not. Only a quarter.
Oh, Smitty, that bottle was full 10 minutes ago.
No. I was past the neck.
Yeah.
Sunday.
I'm going to take a nap later.
Smitty's going to be dead. Fuck. Till tomorrow.
You watch Survivor Series, Smitty? No.
Smitty reminds me of Paulie from Rocky. Just always is always drinking, always has something to sip on. All right, women's champion versus champion match. Sasha Banks versus Asuka. Smitty, you're leading this one off.
Yeah, y'all know I love these. Y'all know I love bitches. I got Asuka winning by submission. First to secure a submission hold will be Asuka. This match will be over 15 minutes. That's it. That's all. That's everything there.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, submission type roll breaks is no 3 submission roll breaks.
All right, so I have Asuka winning by submission with 4 submission rope breaks. Asuka's going to be the first to secure submission hold, and it will not go over 15 minutes.
We got more stuff for you.
Z has Sasha Banks by submission with 3 submission rope breaks. Asuka will be the first to secure a submission hold, and the match will be over 15 minutes. Nick.
I have Sasha Banks by disqualification. 3 submission rope breaks. Sasha will be the first to secure a submission and no to over 15 minutes. I think we're going to see Carmella make another appearance.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, Wyatt. I also have Sasha
Hello,
Banks winning.
children.
Nick made me do it. There it is. The first disqualification for Mike. Survivor Series guy.
There's always a DQ for Mikey.
Sasha Banks by disqualification, 3 submission rope breaks. Asuka will be the first to secure a submission hold. And yes, this match will be over 15 minutes.
This is show stealer in my
This
mind.
is one of those matches. Yeah, like man, I'm really excited about this match. You know, these two have the ability to just tear it the fuck down, right? And be so good at everything they do. Do you think this could be the number 1 match of the night?
This is a possible show stealer because these two women have a lot of great chemistry with each other. Every other time they've been in the ring, it's been really good. And you don't have the X factor of Bayley anymore inside this match. So if it's just a straight on one-on-one, knockdown, beat down type brawl type deal, or a classic wrestling match, this has the potential to be the show stealer for Survivor Series.
Okay.
Not
Nick,
a fodder match.
Nick, are you still there?
Yeah, I got an alert that somebody was in my starting lineup that's injured, so I had to take care of that real quick. But I'm back.
You son of a bitch. Doing fantasy football during your show.
I had to do it.
That's why.
All right, so what are your thoughts
up as well?
What are your thoughts on this one, Nick? Asuka versus Sasha.
I agree that it could definitely be the show stealer because they've had a couple matches this year that were really good, and I didn't want to have to put disqualification because I would love for there to be a finish here, but it's just hard to see one of them looking weaker than the other right now. Not to say that they would even look weak, but it just, I can't see one of them tapping to the other. I just can't see it, but definitely going to be one of the top matches of the night.
Also,
go ahead, Smitty.
I would say to add on what we mentioned how they had multiple matches this year already. Each one of their matches have had a wonky finish already. Whether it was Bayley in the damn ref shirt or the controversial pin, and it's just they need at some point they need to have a clean finish for these two.
Right. I can't argue that. I thought it was coming this week. Well, not really. My original pick was a pinfall, and that was because I assumed somebody was going to get involved and accidentally fuck Asuka when they were trying to mess with Sasha, right? So Sasha would get a pin over her, not a submission, because obviously I think a submission is a little bit worse. Next match, WWE Champion versus the Universal Champion, Drew McIntyre, your WWE title holder, versus Roman Reigns, Tribal Chief, the head of the table, the Universal Champion. Walt, you're kicking this one off.
All right, I'm pulling it up. Hang on, give me one moment here. All right, so I have no one winning.
Yeah.
Fall type, other. 5 near falls, 15-minute match time, and no more than 2 Superman punches.
What did you say for the fall type? Other, okay.
Which means a no contest.
Yeah. Z has Roman by pin, 3 near falls, 11-minute match time, 2 Superman punches. Nick.
I've got Drew by disqualification again, 6 near falls, 19-minute match time, and no more than 2 Superman punches.
All right, Smitty.
I have Roman Reigns winning by pin, 4 near falls, 12-minute match time, and yes, some more than 2 Superman punches. Because they're gonna make Drew look strong in this match, he's gonna take more than those 2 dead measly ass whack ass Superman punches.
Well, okay. Roman Reigns, I have winning this match by pinfall, 5 near falls, 16-minute match time, and no to more than 2 Superman punches, because I completely disagree with you about the Superman punches, Smitty. You're wrong. You'll be wrong. You won't get to 3 points. It's a good day, sir.
I said more. Yes, to more Superman.
So
I said yes to more than 2 Superman punches.
why do you think that there's going to be a no finish to this?
Because he likes them both.
Well, I mean, yes, but also I can't see them having either one of those guys like being pinned right now with where they're going with both guys. And also I like how they did the previous program with Randy and Drew McIntyre, where they protected both those guys' finishers. You didn't see in any of those matches, no one kicked out of either guy's finishers, which I really liked. It's kind of old school wrestling. You're protecting the finisher, and I think you're going to protect both those guys, and you're going to have like something wonky is going to happen to where the match gets thrown out to no contest. That's all. And also, just because it's fun, I want to think other.
I mean, not trying to win a charity thing here.
I mean, no. Hey, listen. But I'm no longer the anchor on this boat, okay? I'm just climbing up. I'm climbing up here, so I'm feeling cocky. I'm taking a risk. And then when I'm right, I get to rub it on your faces, especially Smitty for being stupid.
You'll always be beneath my boot, you fucking peasant.
But I'm not, though. I did better than you. I did better than you.
I don't think you did better.
With the Impact.
I don't think you did better than me
I don't even
last time.
watch Impact.
Yeah, I overthought that one for sure. It's funny because like I had people calling me about. I had people like texting me about this. I thought you like dude, you had this and this and this and this, but nope. But I picked this, and this and this.
Yeah, idiot.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just starting to go with my first mind again. I just keep going with my first mind.
I appreciate how you think you have a mind. All right. Team SmackDown versus Team Raw for the women's Team Raw versus Team SmackDown. I apologize. Women's elimination official Survivor Series match. Z is kicking this one off. He has Team Raw. First eliminated is Natalya. Most eliminations is Shayna Baszler. Lana is going to make the final fall. Bayley is going to take the final fall. Is there a sole survivor? Yes. Match time 25 minutes. 8 interrupted pin attempts. Nick.
I've got Team Raw. First eliminated is Peyton Royce. Most eliminations, Shayna Baszler. Lana's going to make the final fall. Natalya is going to take the final fall. Yes to a sole survivor. 24 minutes and 8 interrupted pin attempts.
All right. Smitty?
I got Team Raw Dog winning. First eliminated, Liv Morgan. Most eliminations, Shayna Baszler. Who makes the final fall? Nia Jax. Who takes the final fall? Bayley. And no to a sole survivor.
Sole survivor.
18-minute match time. 18-minute match time. 9 interrupted pin attempts.
All right. Well.
So I got Team Raw. And the first eliminated, I'm going with the surprise, Nia Jax. Most eliminations, Bianca Belair, who makes the final fall. Lana, who takes the final fall. Natalya, yes, was sole survivor. 15-minute match time and 6 interrupted pin attempts.
All right. I have Team SmackDown winning this. Natalya is the first eliminated. Most eliminations. I've been going back and forth with this one between Nia and Bianca. I'm going to go Bianca as well because I had it on Nia. So Bianca with the most eliminations. In all honesty, we could see people just 2. No, you know what? No, I'm actually flipping around. Bayley. I'm going Bayley. Bayley for the most eliminations. She's also going to make the final fall. Who's going to take the final fall? Fucking Lana. And is there a sole survivor? Yes. Match time, 22 minutes. Interrupted pin attempts, 9. All of you guys have Raw. Nick, you even had Raw, right?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm the only one on Team SmackDown. Why are you guys so positive that Raw is going to win?
Because I think the whole Raw brand supremacy is still gonna go to Raw because that's still Vince's baby, even though it's shit right now.
Okay.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think Raw. I think I know they didn't have brand supremacy last year, did they?
No,
Yeah.
NXT did.
Yeah, so I think
Oh,
it's gonna go
NXT,
back to Raw. And I like the story of Lana going through tables every week for the last 2 months, and her, overcoming that adversity and being the sole survivor. I think they're trying to make her into a real baby face. So
All right. Walt, why do you think Raw's going over?
Because
Really
good.
That's because
in-depth reporting there by Walt.
I decided to give a Smitty answer.
No. He gives full answers. He just stumbles over every third word.
Well, I think that Raw is gonna come over because Vince loves Raw and he hates SmackDown and NXT and NXT UK. He hates all of those things. That's why he puts them on. He puts SmackDown on national TV and put the biggest star in the company on SmackDown because he hates SmackDown.
That's why I think SmackDown's going over. You did very well. That's, in all honesty, the brand supremacy thing this seems to be the tipping point right here because that's why I think SmackDown's women are going to do it. One, Bayley's your star. In this entire fucking thing, Bayley's your star. So your star is going to win, right? And
I see, but the Raw Women's Tag Team Champions are on. SmackDown. WWE Women's Tag Team Champions are on Raw.
Yeah,
and I don't think in a tag team style match, it doesn't make sense for your women's tag team champions to take an L.
Unless they get split up really fucking quick. Then the tag team champion, like if the tag team champions were the last two people, I would agree with that. But I think one of the first people gone from T-Raw is going to be one of the tag team champions. You once you split up the tag team, there's nothing there to hold it. And Bayley's your star. And I think SmackDown is going, and I agree. That's why I went with this. SmackDown is going to be the supreme brand this year. So because of brand supremacy, that's why I'm going Team SmackDown. But again, if you guys think Team Raw is going to be supreme, it makes sense to go with that. The men's Survivor Series elimination match. Team Raw versus Team SmackDown. Nick, are you leading this one off? Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
I've got Team Raw going over. Baron Corbin will be the first eliminated. Most
Corbin.
eliminations, Sharon Corbin. Keith Lee with the most eliminations. Keith Lee is going to make the first fall. Seth Rollins is going to take the final fall. There will not be a sole survivor. 5 minutes before the first elimination and 13 near falls.
All right. Walt.
All right, so what are we on? Sorry, I lost everything for a second. I had no idea.
I said, we're on the men's Survivor Series match.
Okay. So I have Team Raw, with Corbin being eliminated first. Most eliminations, Keith Lee, who makes the final fall. Keith Lee, who takes the final fall. Jey Uso, Noto sole survivor. On time before first elimination, 2 minutes and 7 near falls.
All right. Shit, I didn't have Z's pulled up. Sorry, guys. It's my fault. It's right here. It's my fault.
I'll go.
Man.
I'll go.
No, you don't have to. I got it. Z has Team SmackDown. Baron Corbin being the first eliminated. Most eliminations to Keith Lee. Who makes the final fall? AJ Styles. Who takes the final fall? Matt Riddle. Is there a sole survivor? Nope. Wait.
Okay, does you freeze or?
No. Think about what I just said. He has SmackDown winning. He has AJ Styles making the final fall.
Oh, he's being Z-tarded.
Yeah. 100% Z-tarded. So we'll get him to fix that. AJ Styles he says he changed. He's listening now. I changed it. Okay, send the pics. You're obviously watching, you piece of shit. That's funny. He's because he can't be on the show because he's doing the thing. He's working. So I'll need to see your pick so I can go over it. I'm assuming that's the only thing that's changed. So Soul Survivor, no. 27 minutes is the time before the first elimination.
I'm the one that's supposed to be drinking it in the morning, not you, Z.
And 9 near falls. And he said Jey Uso is going to make the final fall over AJ Styles. I'll also let you take time to did you really want the eliminations to be the first elimination to be 27 minutes in?
He did say he was high when he was making the picks.
Right. I wonder if he thought it was like time of the match and he went 27 minutes. Yeah, I thought it was match time. I just got a text. 3 minutes is what he's switching it to for the time for the first eliminations. Smitty, it's on you. All right, did you go?
No, I didn't.
All right, yeah.
So-
Right after Nick, I'm sorry.
I kind of switched my whole card up here right now because I think there's going to be a tie now. Actually, unless they count brand supremacy for the battle royal and the kickoff,
Which allegedly they're doing.
I think the main cards. Okay, so so it's 6 matches on the main card.
Go
Okay.
over these picks
No,
right
no,
now
my
and then
supremacy
fix your
now.
stuff off later. So tell me the picks for this.
All right. So I got Team SmackDown winning. First eliminated is going to be Otis. Most eliminations, Keith Lee, who makes the final fall. Jey Uso, who takes the final fall. AJ Styles. Is there a sole survivor? Yes. And I think the survivor will be Jey Uso. So 4 minutes before the first elimination, 11 near falls.
All right, I have Team Raw winning this. First eliminated AJ Styles. Most eliminations, Keith Lee. Braun Strowman's going to make the first fall. Seth Rollins is going. Oh, I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry.
Final?
Yeah, Braun Strowman's going to make the final fall. Seth Rollins. Why did I pick Braun Strowman there? Even I'm looking at that going, that's stupid. Final fall is going to be Keith Lee. Keith Lee will make the final fall. Seth Rollins will take the final fall. No, there will not be a sole survivor. And the time before the first elimination, 3 minutes and 12 near falls. Nick, talk a little bit about this match, man. What are you hoping? What are you thinking? Could we finally see some? Because we were talking about this last week. SmackDown, WWE is putting a lot of future stars in these matches, things that they could bank money on. This is one of those matches where, Keith Lee, the rapist, Matt Riddle. All these people could be doing big things for the company. What are your thoughts there, Nicholas?
Keith Lee last year put on a great performance in this match, and I think this year, being more well known and the force that they're making him out to be, he's kind of been lately a little quiet. So I think it'd be good for him to step up in this match and them to kind of push him a little further and be that guy for Raw. They're right now on Raw kind of battling for who's the captain and who's really got the biggest dick on the team. Well, it's going to be Keith Lee. So
because he's black, ain't it?
Yeah, stereotypes are real, bro. Why Asian female drivers suck. I literally saw that happen the other day. And I text Nick about it. I text Walt and I text Z about it. I saw somebody getting off of the freeway and they stopped at the stop sign for the people who are on the service drive. Literally stopped, other people backing up. She kept looking because other people were already at the stop sign. So they thought that she obviously thought they should go first. And then I looked and I was like, that's an Asian woman. It's fucked up that stereotypes are real, but they're real. And especially about that.
Like fried chicken or watermelon. But if you don't like fried chicken or watermelon, it's not because you're black. It's because something wrong with you.
I'll agree. I love watermelon. And I love fried chicken. I had fried chicken for dinner the other night. It was fucking delicious.
I'm having it tonight.
All right. So Walt, you picked Raw.
Yeah, I pick Raw.
Why do you think Raw is going over on this one?
Because I just feel like the way they built the team. Sorry, I'm doing spinning now again. The way they've kind of built up this whole thing with the Raw roster and them not getting along, coming up to it, I think it's kind of a swerve, and they're going to sort it out, and they'll come together at least for a little bit. I think, they're going to use this to really shoot Keith Lee off into the stratosphere here, because he got a bit of a push from the Survivor Series match last year. It came down to him and Roman last year, and and now I think he takes that next step, just because I think Keith Lee can be the future of not just Raw but of the WWE, and this is a way for them to put him over without having him have to interact with Drew McIntyre right now, or really
right.
Or losing any steam by going against one of the bigger names right now. So this is the perfect way for them to do that, with him kind of reigning supreme and being the guy to lead Raw to victory. If that makes sense.
I fully agree with that. No, I fully agree with that, because that's why it blew my mind. I don't know how I had Braun Strowman to make the final fall. Obviously, I think it was Keith Lee, but that's why I have that's why I have AJ Styles going first. AJ Styles is that pin in there that's fucking everything up, right? It's his ego, his stuff. But it also makes sense if you have AJ Styles lose first and then Team Raw wins, he still has all the bragging rights on Raw post this pay-per-view. Because he was the team captain and they won, blah, 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 and sets up other stuff, right? So great things can happen by this, and Keith Lee, I agree. Keith Lee is your dude right now. He is the dude. He is so athletic, so charismatic, so fucking good that it's stupid not to put them off. That's why when I was picking between, obviously when Brand Supremacy is coming up on this, I was having to decide which ones, and Bayley being the star for SmackDown, Keith Lee being someone they could shoot up. That's why I went each way with these. It just makes sense to do it, and especially with Team Raw coming out winning this for the men's side. Once AJ goes, there's there can be another elimination. I don't think this is going to be a sole survivor. I honestly think that you might see 3 of the team members still be there at the end of it, and that's why they win. Smitty, what are your thoughts on this match?
So I went with Team SmackDown because the way to kind of build Jey Uso as a single star right now, and that's why I think like Jey Uso, if you want to solidify Jey Uso as a single star, him pinning AJ Styles as a sole survivor after everybody else is gone, that makes it solidifies Jey as a single. Like he's been doing really well. He's beaten guys like Daniel Bryan and Kevin Owens. And what they've been doing with him in his whole woman storyline has been really good. Yes, shut up, Walt. But so like if you wanted to put that final nail in the coffin, like this guy is a star, him pinning one of the biggest stars in the company like AJ Styles and being the sole survivor inside of his match, it carries on for his story. And it also kind of puts a nail inside this whole Survivor Series. AJ telling everybody he's the team captain type deal. And it can lead into a whole nother story between him and whoever else is on that Raw team.
All right. Up next is the Brand Supremacy. Walt, you're leading this one off.
All right, so hang on, I'm pulling it up. I have.
That's what she said.
Yeah, she did. So I have.
And now you got kids.
2. Oh, I like them sometimes. So I have Raw winning 3, right? That's
So,
not right.
So Walt, the way this is like, there's a pre-show battle royale,
Right.
and then there's 6 matches on the main card. So there's a total of 7 matches.
All right, yeah. So, all right, yeah, no. So it is right, because I don't think there's going to be a winner with the Roman and McIntyre match. Okay, so that's
right.
where it is. So I have Raw winning 3-2. Obviously, Raw being a winning brand.
3-2. So what 2 matches don't you think there's not going to be a count for Raw versus? for Drew.
Still missing a match. Yeah.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, they
I think he's not
Battle
counting the
Royal.
Battle Royale.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still didn't count it. Okay, yeah. So Raw winning 4-2.
okay.
Yeah, there it is. All right, that makes sense.
Z has SmackDown winning 4, Raw winning 3, and SmackDown being the winning brand. Nick.
SmackDown winning 3, Raw winning 4, Raw being the winning brand.
Smitty.
SmackDown winning 3, Raw winning 4, Raw being the winning brand.
All right, and I have SmackDown with 4, Raw with 3, and the winning brand being SmackDown. And finally, the match card positions. Opening
Yay.
match, third match, fifth match, and main event. Walt, you're kicking this one off.
All right,
Wait, no, you just kicked the last one off. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You kicked the last one off. I apologize. I'm stupid. I'm an idiot. Z's kicking this one off. Opening match, the Survivor Series elimination match for the women. Match 3, tag title match, the tag team champion versus champion match. Match 5, the men's Survivor Series elimination match. And the main event, the WWE champion versus the Universal champion. Nick.
I've got the tag team champion versus champion as the opening match. Match 3 is the women's champion versus champion. Match 5 is the men's Survivor Series elimination. And the main event is men's champion versus men's champion.
Okay. Smitty.
So I have the opening as the tag team champion versus tag team champions. The match 3, United States versus Intercontinental. Match 5 will be the men's Survivor Series. And the main event will be the Universal versus WWE.
All right. I have the tag team champion versus champion match opening. I have the women's champion versus champion as the third match. I have the women's Survivor Series elimination match as the fifth match, and WWE versus Universal champion for the main event. Again, this is a Survivor Series that looks like it could do some stuff for future players on the main roster of WWE. Obviously, it's not. It doesn't have the hype that last year's did with NXT. So I guess I got to ask then, where you hoping this kind of ranks for you? Well, we'll start with you.
Well, you didn't ask me for my match position. Number 1.
I didn't?
Skip me over. No.
I'm sorry. It's because I can't see your face.
Oh.
Go for it.
Well,
Sorry, brother.
Well, here's the thing. I want to change it now because I have exactly what Smitty has, and that bothers me a lot. I have the opening match for the tag team champion versus champion, and match 3, U.S. title versus IC title. Match 5, Survivor Series elimination match men's, and then the main event, the WWE title and the Universal title. I have the exact same thing Smitty has, and that concerns me a great deal.
Well, could be worse.
Could it?
Good match, Z.
Yeah, it could be worse.
He's high all the time, so
That's why
you know.
I forget things. Are you keeping it or changing it?
I'm gonna keep it. Gotta keep it.
Fuck you, Smitty.
Yeah.
All right. So, what are your expectations for this? What are your expectations for this Survivor Series? Well,
I'm expecting to get all my picks right and finish the top of the leaderboard.
Idiot.
Oh, but seriously, I'm honestly expecting it to be like a 6 out of 10. I think if it's a 6 out of 10, I'll be happy. Other than that, I mean, there's only really 2 matches I'm really looking forward to seeing, and that's the New Day and the Street Profits and Drew and Roman. The other matches are kind of like,
Really?
Yeah. I mean, those are
even the men's Survivor Series match.
I mean, I'm looking forward to. I'm not excited. I'm not over the moon to see it. You know, I'm like, oh, I can't wait for it. It's just like, all right, that's gonna be cool. I'm not particularly like super excited for this pay-per-view. I'm not like a 10 out of 10. Like, oh, I can't wait to watch Survivor Series tonight. I'm kind of like, I'll
I don't
watch
think any of us are.
I'll start watching it at 10 o'clock, so I can fast forward a few parts if I want to.
Fair.
I mean,
Nick, what are your thoughts, Mr. Survivor Series background?
I'm hoping for a 15 out of 10. No, I'm hoping for about a 7.
Yeah.
Last year's Survivor Series was pretty good between everything happening with NXT, and I think that's where we had isn't that where we had Adam Cole and Pete Dunne?
Yep.
And that match was one of the matches of the year last year. So I know that it's not going to live up to that, but I am hoping for about a 7. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to that Street Profits New Day match. That's one of the matches on the card that I've really been looking forward to the most. But I hope we do see some surprises and some things that, maybe we weren't expecting. So,
Smitty.
Bragging rights is back, so that's what I'm looking at this. I expecting at least a 6 out of 10. We're looking forward, I'm definitely looking forward to the black on black crime that is the tag team champions versus tag team champions. And
man, you always make things so racist.
That's what I do. Then I'm looking forward to the women's match, the SmackDown versus Raw women's titles, SmackDown women's versus Raw women's title match. And like I said, I mentioned earlier, that has a possibility to be a show stealer. We've known these women to do really good work together, so those are the 2 matches I'm looking forward to the most. And bragging rights. I'm more excited that War Games is finally coming back.
That's not a part of this at all.
Oh no, we're talking I'm just looking at my scorecards. This was coming up. I haven't been up to date on NXT. I'm sorry.
Are you okay? You're drunk,
Yes.
aren't you?
No.
Yep.
Slight buzz. I did go through like most of a quarter of a
It's
bottle.
fucked up. All right, I think Dave's here.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. All right, cool. I was making sure because I sent a text and I didn't get a response. So we're finishing up now. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching, so much for listening. Check out breakingdownthering.com. Get your own Ring Crew merchandise. Again, if you go to the charities area on there, you will be supporting the Trevor's Project with the Pride shirt, and you will be supporting the NAACP Legal and Defense Fund if you purchase the For the People shirt. Thank you again so much for watching, so much for listening. We are your Ring Crew.
Smitty. Hey, who's supposed to be going next?
All right, Wally Drip Drip.
Nick doesn't hear anything. Say your name. He has no audio.
His audio's out.
If
That explains a lot.
That's funny. All right.
Oh, there you are.
Well, there he is.
We'll try this again.
I couldn't hear shit for a minute.
Yeah. We okay, we're exiting out. So Smitty, Walt, you.
Smitty.
19.
Me, the almighty one, Mikey himself. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. We are out.